What is the smallest crime you can commit? In Germany, crossing the street in an angle other than exactly 90 degrees. It's not directly a crime but punishable with a fine of €5. Owning more than 6 dildos in the state of Texas. See that ship over there? They're rebroadcasting Major League Baseball with implied oral consent, not express written, so the legend goes. Loitering. It's a crime for literally doing nothing. Walking around London holding a salmon. In violation of Section 32 of the Salmon Act 1986, which is headed handling salmon in suspicious circumstances. Taking one more penny than you need. Pee in a forest. In my place it's technically illegal. Eat a singular grape in the shop without paying for it. In Washington state, it's a crime to use drug paraphernalia to process or prepare a controlled substance that is not yours. So if you used a pill splitter to help your grandparent take their cancer medications, then there is an argument you've violated RCW 69.50.412. Not sure if it's the smallest, but it is super fucked. Blasphemy is technically illegal here in Ireland. Edit: I have been informed that it was removed from Irish law in 2018. Foot 71 in a 70 zone. UK sticking a postage stamp to an envelope upside down. I sometimes scan a chocolate croissant as a plain croissant at the self-checkout. They are the same price, so I'm not sure if it's actually illegal. I forget the state, but there's one where it's illegal to have an ice cream cone in your back pocket, but only on a Sunday. Accidentally foos rodaring a chicken in Riverwood. When I was in high school, there was a gas station that used to sell beer to anyone, but they'd charge ridiculous prices. Like $20 for a 12-pack of Bud Light in the late 90s. On my way out, I always would steal a bag of ice from their freezer box, which was outside the building. I figured I'd more than paid for the ice with their upcharge, and if they saw me, they couldn't call the police because then they'd have to explain selling beer to a 16-year-old. Small murder. In my country, feeding street dogs is a crime. Crying face. Stealing a penny. Checking: I acknowledge that I have read, understand, and agree to the terms and conditions when you know damn well you didn't read it and never will. Google blue bizarre strange laws in state and you'll see. In this case it's illegal to give oral sex in Missouri. So the smallest crime one could theoretically commit would be to suck your dick. I paid the shopkeeper by mistake through Paytm and told him it was an accident. I showed him the payment confirmation and they returned the money. Later on, Paytm also gave me a refund, saying the payment failed. Petty arson. Suicide: it's basically murder, but you suffer no legal consequences if done right. Not paying for WinRAR. Stick your finger in someone's ear officially counts as rape. My neighbor's kid rang my doorbell and asked if I wanted a cup of lemonade for 25 cents. 1 year later I'm still waiting. Piracy. A pizza crime or pizza crimes. Flatten GIT history for a company project. I accidentally shoplift items at a store. I apply a job application there a few days earlier. I noticed my mistake to check the bottom of the cart. Went back inside, paid the rest, and went home. The next day, I got a call for an interview and got the job. Worked there for many years. Loved it, moved up really fast. I am on short-term disability for cancer treatment, but I hope I return back soon. Tearing the tag off a mattress if you don't buy it. Flatulence in a lift. Reportedly, wage theft. Stealing of a single grain of rice. Jaywalking in Massachusetts. The fine is literally $1. There is law in Finland from 1734 that if you don't grow hops in your garden, you will get fines or you will get sentenced in autumn trials. Jaywalking. At least in California, the written law is very specific, and you basically have to be actively blocking traffic on a major road or highway to break it. This doesn't stop the police from using it as an excuse to harass and intimidate people, much like laws about loitering or vagrancy. Steal exactly one staple from your well-stocked corporate overlord's supply hoard. Walking on grass. Walking in London while suspiciously handling a salmon. Walking too slow in the grocery store. No, I guess that's a pretty serious crime. Thought crimes are on the rise. Taking a piece of a plant from a store and growing a new plant from said plant clipping. Speeding by 6.671458 by 10 miles per hour. I'm not a physicist, but I believe this should be the smallest measurable amount of speed difference possible in this universe if you start now. At that speed, you would travel one Planck length in the time between now and the heat death of the universe, assuming no time dilation. Smaller speed differences are technically possible, but would not yield a measurably different result from either this difference or no difference whatsoever. Public profanity, indecency. Steal electricity. Illegally accessing a website by just randomly picking a birthdate. BC, I don't want to waste time scrolling to the correct days. It is illegal, although there is no penalty, for mispronouncing Arkansas. The official pronunciation is Arkansas. Ants laughter. Bringing 11 items into a 10 items or less checkout. Pick up a bald eagle feather. Illegal. Illegal to possess any part of an American bald eagle. So if you found an errant feather of one on the ground and simply pick it up, you have technically broken the law. Note this does not apply to a couple of Native American tribes, as they are allowed to use eagle parts usually recovered from already dead eagles in their religious ceremonies or something like